In primitive war during the Vietnam War, a recon unit ventures to an isolated jungle valley to uncover the fate of a missing platoon. They soon find themselves in a fight for their lives against an unexpected enemy, prehistoric dinosaurs. Primitive War is directed by Luke Sparke, who has previously directed films such as Occupation and Bring Him to Me. Primitive War is a film that does deliver on the dinosaur action front, but unfortunately there's a lot of other bad elements of the film you have to get through just to get to these this dinosaur action. I'll get to the positives first. The dinosaur action in this film is quite good, especially in the second half of the film. The main dinosaurs that are a threat in this film are the raptors and the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and there's a lot of scenes of the raptors chasing the soldiers in this film, and they have to use the guns to fight back, and there's a lot of scenes of the huge Tyrannosaurus Rex chasing the soldiers in this film, and we get a lot of scenes of the Tyrannosaurus Rex is in the background, and then the soldiers are running away towards the camera, and those scenes are quite effective. And surprisingly, for an indie film, the special effects and CGI of the dinosaurs are actually not bad. I mean, not up to par with the Jurassic Park franchise, but for me, I wasn't taking the CGI and the special effects were competent enough for me to get invested in the action that was happening on the screen. So yeah, I think if you're going into this film to see some dinosaur action, maybe watch it on streaming and just fast forward to the dinosaur parts, I think. And in this film, most of the acting in this film is not very good, but the two leads are Ryan Kwanten and Jeremy Piven. They really do ham it up for the screen, and they're quite effective, and you can really see, compared to the other actors in this film, why they were successful in their respective dramas on US TV. But for this film, Primitive War goes for 2 hours and 15 minutes, and that's just far too long. It needed to be cut at least 30-40 minutes from this film. It's just too many characters in this film. We don't get to see the dinosaurs until at least the half an hour mark of the film. We're introduced to a lot of soldiers, and we're introduced to Ryan Kwanten's backstory. He had a failed mission, and I don't care about it. And because the first 20 minutes of the film could have been cut. If you cut the first 20 minutes out of the film, then at the 20-hour mark of the film, we're in a helicopter with Ryan Kwanten and his squad, and they're going into this mission to find this lost squadron, and we're not sure what's happened to them. If the film started there, it would have been perfect, but we don't need to know the backstory of what happened to these soldiers, or where and any of these, the backstory of any of these soldiers. It needs to be like Predator style, where these soldiers are in this helicopter. They get dumped into the jungle, and then have to find out what happened to their fellow comrades in Vietnam. So just so much filler in this film we just didn't need. And then after this, Ryan Kwanten's squad is jumped into the jungle, we meet some more characters. We meet this local Vietnamese woman. She seems to be with this group of Russian people. I'm not sure who they were, these Russian soldiers who were also there in Vietnam in the jungle. And she is kind of not really happy to be with these Russian guys, but she's kind of like a guide through the jungle for them. And these are more characters that are really not necessary to the film. And then in the second half of the film, we're introduced to some more Russian characters, and we find out that during Vietnam War, these Russians are in Vietnam, and they invented these dinosaurs. I don't know why. It's just the film needed to give us a reason, a huge complicated plot just to explain where these dinosaurs came from. We don't care. We're watching this film to see Vietnam soldiers fight back against dinosaurs. Nobody cares where they come from. We don't need a big story. It's just Just a very simple plot would have been suffice. But as I said before, besides Jeremy Piven and Ryan Kwanten, the acting in this film is very distractingly bad. Like Canadian actress Tricia Helfer, she's okay, but she turns up with a dodgy Russian accent, and she's like been stuck in the jungle for a while, and she knows a bit about these dinosaurs, and but I don't understand why they couldn't hire a Russian actress. But yeah, the acting in this film is quite distractingly bad. I give Primitive War 2.5 stars out of 5. If you're going into this film for some dinosaur action, it does deliver on that front. There's quite a lot of dinosaur action in this film, especially in the second half of the film. I would probably recommend wait for streaming on this film, so you can just fast forward to the dinosaur action, because there's just so much filler in this film. There's so many characters and so many unnecessary scenes, and just filler and filler and filler, especially in the first half of the film. Just takes so long to get going. But once we get to the impressive dinosaur action in the second half of the film, then I think it does deliver on that front, and there are some nice special effects for an indie film. So yeah, it's a bit of a mixed film for me, but if you're looking for some dinosaur action, then it does deliver somewhat on that front. So thanks for watching. What did you think of Primitive War? Please comment below what you thought of the film. See you next time. Bye.